Hey people, what's going on? Thanks for coming back today. If this is your first time, do subscribe. Happy to have you around again. In this video, I'm going to be responding to questions that people asked about the German job seeker visa. So it's a continuation of the previous video which I did explaining the process of applying to get the German job seeker visa. Just to recap, the German job seeker visa is a visa that allows you, whether you're living in Germany, you're living around Europe, or you're living outside of Europe, to come to Germany and seek for a job. There are certain requirements that you need to fulfill before you get this visa. Those were the things I explained in my previous video. Today I'm going to be going through the comment section of the previous video and just responding to some of those questions which people asked. But before I move on, I'd like to mention that the German job seeker visa, it's not just for people outside of Europe, so in Africa, Asia, Latin America, wherever outside Europe. But actually, if you are living in Europe, let's say you studied in Italy, in Poland, in the Czech Republic, wherever around Europe, you can also apply for the German job seeker visa. The good thing is, if you're finding it difficult to find a job where you currently reside, now Germany says, hey, come over. We have a lot of open vacancies and we are looking for people to take on these positions. They're making the process easier and easier. Check the previous video, see the requirements there. And right now I'm going to be taking the questions that people asked in the previous video. So the first one, she was asking, how many month living expenses should one have in their bank account? I take it that you want to go with a blocked account. Now, at the moment, as at 2023, it is set at around 900 euros per month. So that means you need to have about 900 euros times 12 for the first year in your bank account. So that should be around 11,000 something euros. So this would be the amount. But I think it's important to know that it's not just the blocked account option that you have. There is also the option for a letter of sponsorship, the Verpflichtungserklärung, which I explained in the previous video. Essentially, someone living in Germany earning up to a certain amount of money saying, hey, I know this person, I will be responsible for their living expenses. It's important to know that this declaration of commitment lasts for 5 years. Someone issues that to you, it's valid for up to 5 years. Someone says, if you are applying from West Africa, I think you should use the blocked account option. Well, that's a recommendation, but it's not compulsory. Again, the Verpflichtungserklärung is also possible to be used. And then someone is asking, is the job seeker visa open only till January 2024? I came across somewhere where they highlighted apply before January 2024. If you saw this somewhere, then probably someone just wants to cash out. They want you to take up whatever they're selling. No, it's open, it's indefinite until further notice, until there is no more shortage of labor in Germany, and then maybe they take this away. But I think until now, it's still very much valid until further notice. Could you please provide cover letter sample? That would be great. Yes. Also, again, in this video, in the description, you will find a link to a sample of the cover letter, a sample of the CV, and then other relevant document that you can just look up, their samples. The cover letter and the CV, those are very important. I did mention that in my previous video. When it comes to applying for a job in Germany, two key elements, precision and also showing the experience that you've had. I'm not going to go into that right now. Check the samples that I put in this description and then just have a look. And of course, let me know if you need any other assistance. And then there's the next question. Which blocked account is acceptable in Delhi, Germany consulates? Expert Trio is valid. It doesn't matter. If it's a valid blocked account which is accepted in Germany, then 100% it's valid. You do not actually need a third party to open the blocked account. Back then, it was possible that you can open the German blocked account directly from your home country through the embassy. This is possible. But now there are many third party agents, like the one you mentioned, that can also facilitate this process. So yes, it's valid. The most important thing is that the blocked account is opened with a German bank account that you would only have access to when you move to Germany. So if it meets these requirements, then yes, it should be valid. Or can I show bank statement instead of blocked account? Sadly, no, bank statement, not an option. Is it a must to get accommodation letter? Well, you need to show proof that you will be living under a roof, that you're not going to be under the bridge when you're in Germany. You don't have to show proof of accommodation letter directly per se, but you can show these, A, if you have a blocked account, so this means you have sufficient money to pay for your accommodation, or B, if you have the sponsorship letter option, that you can also show this. But again, I think there's a part of the requirement where you also have to, you put a cover letter, right? This should reflect in your cover letter. It would be wise that you already have made plans for accommodation, where you're going to stay, that you know some people, like I mentioned in the other video, also that you have already started applying for jobs. A smart thing would be also if you have started learning the German language. Again, it's not compulsory, but these are things that you do not just to show, but I mean, at the end of the day, you want to get a job, right? So why would you not start already already applying for these jobs from your home country before you apply for the job seeker visa, why would you not be thinking about your accommodation, where to live and all that? So these are actually important for you. And then if you're able to show these, then they also add up to the authenticity of your letter, the authenticity of your application. So coming back to your question, you don't have to get accommodation letter. No, this is not necessary. If you're using a blocked account, it already covers it. If you're using a sponsorship letter, it already covers it. What's important is that you mention in your letter that there's provision for this already. I want help to write my cover letter. I don't know, but maybe look for someone who provides cover letter writing. How can I reach you? Well, that's very simple. Here am I. You can reach me very easily. Check the About Us section on the channel. You see our contact details and you can reach me. And not to mention, I mean, I read your comments now, so yeah, you could have just put your message there and I'll see, but I get it. And someone was asking, how can I connect with you to help me get work visa through your company service? This is a different thing. You can find a way to reach us, but talking about work visa, it's important to understand that the job seeker visa, it's not exactly a work visa. So this is good to know. And this is also the reason why you have to show the proof of finance, proof of sustenance. If you were applying for a job visa or work visa, you wouldn't need this. Why? Because you're applying for a job, you're going to get paid at the end of the month. A work visa is completely a different story. Now you need to apply to the relevant company, get the job, and the company is going to provide the necessary document for you to apply for the visa. How to assist you with that, it really depends. Now, what job are you looking for? What's the field of interest? Also, what's your qualification? Do you have the experience in that field before? And then most importantly, is the German language required for that job? So these are questions that you have to ask yourself. I did some other videos that, explained how you can find a job in Germany. But in this video, I just want to focus solely on the German job seeker pathway because it's an easy way for you to come to Germany. I mean, easy in the sense that it can be like a plan B to what other methods that you're thinking about. And it's important to know that there is shortage of labor in Germany. And the government is looking for different strategies to see that foreigners with the right qualification and that meet the requirements can come to Germany and take up these jobs. What I can tell you for sure is that yes, there are vacancies, they're looking for people to fill them up. And another thing I'd like to mention also in this video is the mindset when you're applying to work in Germany. I see many people, they're focusing on the big cities, on the big companies, on the big guys. But the thing is, just like you, many other foreigners are doing the same thing. The smart thing to do would be to find a way to stand out. Germany is huge, it's a big country, a surprise. And it's also known for a lot of small and medium-sized companies. These are actually the power of the German economy. Very small, but many of them, and they have, the financial resources in the sense that, yes, they can hire you and pay you handsomely. But now you need to find a way to reach them. A lot of people are struggling on LinkedIn to reach out to these companies. But now the thing is, just like you, again, many other people, it just simply raises the standard, the selection criteria, and on and on and on. But if you begin to think a bit outside of the box, how about you went from the back door? Which means that you are not shooting your shot at those companies that are very prominent in the sense that they're well known. Everyone is applying to them. They're applying to English-speaking jobs in big cities and all. How about you started by looking at small locations in Germany? I can tell you that there's no part of Germany, no town, no city in Germany that you're going to look for a company that you wouldn't find a company there. It doesn't mean that yes, they have positions that you can fill in, but it's a start. It's just to give you an idea of how vast the opportunities are. Now, my recommendation is this: go through the back door. Start from small cities, and check biotechnology companies in Aachen or software engineering companies in Lübeck, for example. Now think about the keywords for the kind of companies you're looking for, and then keywords related to the position you're looking for, and then keywords to the city. I'll give you an example. You studied biotechnology or something around this field. Now you start by small cities in Germany. You have a list of those cities in Germany. Maybe these two combinations are already enough. Let's take a small city like Lübeck in Germany, up north of Germany. I say biotechnology companies in Lübeck. You're going to give me a whole list of companies. It would interest you to find out, to see that even there you will see some big companies. But now the catch is you're looking for the small companies, right? You get this list of companies and then you start checking them. It takes time, but it's more effective. The advantage is that you get in touch one-on-one with the companies. It would also surprise you to know that companies are looking for ways to connect to candidates like yourself, but you need to find the right way to get in touch with them. So use the backdoor method. Small cities in Germany, keyword of the company, match them together and start looking those companies. You have these lists. Now the next thing is this: start contacting them directly. Contact the company directly. Whether they have open positions or not, what you're doing is you are telling them how interested you are in what you're doing. You also tell them that, hey, you have this experience and this educational background, you've done this and that. You see that your company is doing something like this. You're very interested. You would like to learn more about them, make the investment in that time and possibly phone call. I know it's a bold step and not everyone is going to do this, but trust me, that's how you stand out. That's how you make things just work differently for you. That's how you take charge. That's how you're in control. You're not sitting there hoping that one recruiter is going to go through your LinkedIn profile and then luckily they might connect you to a company. Now everything just depends on them. That can also happen. I mean, nothing stops you from going both ways. That your LinkedIn profile top notch, up to date. But then on the other hand, there is you also being proactive. So just to wrap it up, guys, I did answer some of the questions that people asked about the German job seeker visa in this video. There's the first video which you can make reference to get all the details. And finally, I'm telling you, don't just sit and fold your hands. Have plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A, your profile is out there on LinkedIn, on Zinc. Recruiters are going to find you, they reach out to you. It's doing its job. It's like e-commerce. Plan B, you apply for the German job seeker visa and pay attention to everything that we talked about so far. And then the plan C does not mean it's the least important. Actually, I would put this as plan A. Be proactive. Keywords of the kind of companies you're looking for, keywords of small villages, small cities in Germany, match them together, prioritize and then start reaching out to them. Be proactive. Email them, you don't get a response, take the next bold step, make a phone call. I did that, so I don't see why you cannot or you should not do it. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you around.